So in 2024, if you're looking for an Android phone, you're pretty much left with only two choices here in the US for most people. It's going to be either Samsung or Motorola. And in this video, let's talk about the pros and cons of getting a Motorola Android phone and what you'll get if you were to get one. Let's go ahead and talk about it. First, let's go over the pros. So the first thing that I think of when I talk about Motorola is going to be the gestures. It is a very Motorola thing, very special. They've been doing this for a couple of years where they use gestures. And specifically, it's just a few little extras that's only found on Motorola in its stock Android software. And for example, they're very handy too. You could chop the phone for the flashlight, something that everybody likes to access really quickly. I really like that. You could flick the phone and that'll turn on the camera. You could put the phone down on a table and it'll dismiss a call or put it in do not disturb. And little things like that make a huge difference, and that's one very little extra that makes the Motorola experience, special, those gestures. Next, it's going to be the price. That is something that Motorola has done to perfection over the years. You can get them at a very, very low price because they offer so many price points. And in 2024, you can get some really good deals across the market. You can get free phones, you can get $50 phones, $100 phones. The price point is very, very well. So their Motorola phones are found at every prepaid carrier. Major carriers, postpaid, you can get them unlocked, and you can get them at very, very cheap prices. So that's a big, big pro for Motorola. Next is going to be the software. And Motorola uses a stock version of Android. And a lot of people like that. It doesn't have the extras and the colorfulness and the cartoony stuff or any of that extra fluff, for example, on Samsung. So some people like that extra stuff, but this is a more, basic version of Android. And this goes hand in hand. If you want a Pixel phone, this will be a great alternative at a cheaper price. So, very clean. It makes it very fast. Motorola phones and their software are just so tight. You can pick up any Motorola phone and the software will pretty much be exactly the same. So that's very, very nice. Next great pro, the good thing about Motorola phones is across any Motorola phone that you pick up, it's going to have great battery life in 2024. Cheap phones, expensive phones, you're gonna last all day and then some with the battery. Most of them come with 5,000 milliamp of battery, which translates to really, really long battery life. So yeah, Motorola offers a lot of pros right off the bat. And next, let's talk about the cons. And the first con that I'm going to mention is going to be the size of Motorola phones. In 2024, every Motorola phone that you pick up is going to be big. Minimum size phone that I could think of is at least 6.5 inches, and that's pretty much a phablet. There are no small Android phones really left out there unless you get the premium ones, flagships, and pretty much every Motorola phone now is huge. So that's a big drawback to a lot of people. It's nice to have a big canvas, a big screen to watch your games and your movies and all that stuff, but handling the phone with a big screen, it's not good. So yeah, the first con is going to be the big size across every Motorola phone that you pick up, and that's not even including the foldable phones where you unfold it, and it's even a bigger screen. You can't navigate it. It's just too big. Next con is going to be with software updates. So the stock Android experience is nice, but Motorola does a really bad job with software updates. You're not going to get updated with new features, new software really at all across its whole lineup. Unlike Samsung and Pixels, which give you 7 years of updates. So you're gonna kind of be left behind on the updates, and even security updates aren't even that great on Motorola. So expect to use a Motorola phone for about 1 or 2 years before you might wanna, change devices. The last con I'll mention, and it's a big one, is going to be the camera. Pretty much every camera on every Motorola phone, cheap or expensive, is kind of trash. And that's one of the main reasons people buy phones, is the camera experience. iPhones have great cameras, Samsungs have pretty good cameras, but only on the flagship models. But Motorola, even on the flagship models, they're terrible. And specifically, I'm talking about videos. Camera quality with pictures is okay if you have enough light, but in low light situations, battery or videos suffer at night, along with pictures if there's not enough light. And that's probably my biggest gripe with Motorola phones, is that the camera is trash across its whole lineup. So that's been my 2024 take on Motorola. And I don't know which one applies to you, but there's a lot of good pros and there's several cons that are well known for Motorola in 2024.